Dolphins fans, it's your boy Willie Fins in the house talking about all the latest Dolphins news and Dolphins rumors. It's going to be a lot of fun here on Dolphins Today. We're going to be joined by producer Jeremy Chuggs here in a second, and I'm curious to hear what you think about the Donovan Mitchell trade, Chuggs. I mean, this is wild. It's going down. Marshall Green's about to go live here on Knicks Now. And I know we have a lot of Heat fans that are watching the show. They're probably pretty upset about this news.
This is out of left field.
Unbelievable.
I know this NFL we're covering the Dolphins, but I mean, wow.
Unbelievable.
What a turn of events.
I mean, we're going to get your thoughts in a second on this, folks. But first, go down in the comments section and let me know where you're watching today's show from. Shout out your city. We got Don Calhoun. He is in Wichita. John Ruiz is always tuned in from Miami. Maurice Jenkins is a real one. He is in Geneva, Alabama. Johnny Bananas in Germany. Wow, international audience. As we know, Fins Nation is global.
Same Johnny Bananas from The Challenge?
Maybe so.
I don't know. I love that show.
Carl Jones is in Beaumont, Texas. Let's see who else here. We got Kevin is in Boone, North Carolina. Michael watching from London. Aldo is in the chat. Maragora.
Ayo.
He is from Pasadena, California. Aldo is a legend. John Ruiz in the chat saying hashtag Lacina to Miami. We got Paul watching from Connecticut. Alex is all the way out there in Fresno, California. We got Steve in Long Island, New York, or should I say on Long Island. Mike is in Boston. George is in Pensacola, Florida. Robin is in Miami. We got Art in Vancouver, Washington. John Jett is watching from Gainesville. Pretty big game on Saturday between the Utah Utes and the Gators. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Utah Utes ranked?
I know, number 7 in the country.
Yeah.
Another big game, though, next Sunday. That is the Dolphins taking on the Patriots. Season opener. It's coming up. We're excited. We're going to be having a live watch party here on Dolphins Today. Go down in the comments. Tell me if you're rocking with the Fins or are you going with the Pats? Willie Fins! By the way, every $10 super chat we get, I'm doing a Willie Fins. So send those supers in. Aaron Pence is saying, let's go. West Virginia? Yes, West Virginia. Pittsburgh is tonight.
And $50, we have somebody who's starting today.
Nick.
New guy starting today.
If we get a $50 super chat, you're going to see our new guy come in here. We're going to do some shots with the new guy, but it's got to be a $50 super chat. I see Aldo in the chat. He's sitting a couple 50s. Vigo. I'm sure he's going to come here soon. Yeah. Aldo's still in the chat saying he's going with the Miami Dolphins. Terry Armstrong saying number 1 Dolphin. Go Fins. John Ruiz also going with the Dolphins. Robin Cole saying Miami all day. Jared's going with the Fins as well.
Terry said he's the number 1 Dolphin.
Oh, Dolphin. See, there's Dolphins fans and then Dolphin. Either way works.
Dolphins.
Dolphin. Aaron Pence is saying Miami. Who you got? Miami or New England? Going to be a lot of fun. Now, we have this fun little game that we came up with here. Chuggs, why don't you tell them about it?
So, I'm going to use the Chat Sports data scraper in the chat right now. I want to see who knows the most about their Miami Dolphins. I want to see who the real ones are, who the real Miami Dolphins fans are. So, I want to see who can name the most Dolphins wide receivers. Doesn't have to be on the roster today, just all time. Anybody who's ever played wide receiver for the Dolphins.
Mark Duper, like you can say anybody.
Put him in the chat right now. I'm going to tell Will who put the most wide receivers in the chat. Get him flowing, get him in there right now, because I want to see who the real ones are and who knows the most about their Miami Dolphins. Aldo starting it off with Mark Clayton.
There we go.
Keep
He's
him coming.
A legend.
Keep him coming.
A lot of people saying Mark Clayton, the legend. Aldo saying Mark Duper. You know, Duper is the Dolphins' all-time leading wide receiver.
Super Duper.
Super Duper's a legend, man.
Oh, yeah.
O.J. McDuffie, Don Calhoun. We got Chris Chambers coming in from Gerald Stokes. Jared Smalley saying O.J. McDuffie as well. Oh, man, Heartline was good. David Boston coming in from Ian.
Mike Wallace, many people forget that he came from the Steelers and then went to the Dolphins.
Oh, look at Mike who? He just named a couple.
Oh, he's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names right there.
Crash Jensen coming in from Gerald Stokes, Brandon Marshall, Crimson King. Aaron Pence also saying that.
Wes Welker was a Dolphin at one time.
Yes. We got Finn's Heat Boy 09 saying Parker, Hill, Mark Duper, Chris Chambers, Waddle, Landry, Brandon Marshall. Jarvis Landry, man, I miss Juice. Juice was a lot of fun to watch from the fence. Certainly wish him the best.
So far, it looks like John Ruiz has a couple names up there. Dolphin, SFV, Richard Decker, Finn's Heat Boy 09, Mike Who. Those are some of the guys on the lead. Chris Cook just came in with a bunch of names.
Chris Cook, man, knows his stuff. Scott.
Let's go.
Scott also in the chat. Chris Carter says Gerald Stokes. Go down to the comments. How many Dolphins wide receivers can you name? Finn's boy said,
on a platter for you, I haven't seen anybody say Tyreek.
Well, he hasn't played a game with the Dolphins, so maybe they're thinking that counts. That counts. You can put Tyreek. That counts.
He played a preseason
game.
That
counts. You can put Tyreek. There we go. John Ruiz saying Tyreek.
Jakeem Grant Jr. Oh, I loved him. He was so shifty.
Lot of legends here in the
John
chat.
Jett with a bunch of names.
Paul Warfield, Lynn Bowden Jr., River Craycraft, Chris Chambers, Nat Moore,
the Bug,
Ted Ginn Jr. Yep, Ted Ginn, Paul Warfield, Will Fuller.
Great,
oh my goodness,
great wide receiver.
Go
Will
down
Fuller.
to the comments section.
Maurice.
Dolphins trivia here on today's show. Go down to the comments section. Will Scott. Jeremy Chuggs with you here on Dolphins Day. We want to know, what's your favorite TV show growing up? Chuggs, what was yours?
Ooh, I had a couple. I love some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
I mean, if you were in my friend group growing up and you didn't know the entire theme song to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like, we weren't friends. I'm sorry. Besides that, like, I love some SpongeBob growing up. Fairly Odd Parents. We were talking about Sweet Life of Zach and
Here
Cody.
I am in your life. Here you are in mine. Guess we have the sweet life. Most of the time, you and me, we got the world to see, so come on down. Yes, sir. Everybody hates Chris, says Duffy Boy Games.
Dude,
Sanford's son.
Everybody hates Chris.
So good.
What a great show.
So good. Oh, my gosh, man. It's just not the same nowadays with these.
Oh, Charlie's Angels.
Oh, that's good.
Can we get a remake? Who would be in your remake of Charlie's Angels? I know Will's got a thing for Ashley Tisdale.
I love Ashley Tisdale.
Ashley Tisdale as the
Tisdale,
main character in Charlie's Angels.
If you're watching, I will get on one knee tomorrow. Please. Ashley Tisdale. I'm pretty sure she's married, which is extremely unfortunate.
2.5 Men. Oh, me and my dad loved watching that show.
Aldo in the chat, let us know favorite TV show growing up. We got Crazy Blade saying SpongeBob, Crimson
That
King
70s
saying
show was a
70s
great show.
Yep, that was good as well.
I had a thing for Mila.
Oh, dude, she's unbelievable. I got a thing for her too, honestly. The Office says Alex.
Oh, South Park classic.
Oh,
I love some South Park and Family Guy.
Like, what is your favorite show now, though, Chuggs? Now it's probably either Curb or Entourage.
Okay, I'm the only one in the office who has not seen Entourage.
Oh, dude, we got to change that. Well, I just started watching it like 6 months ago, so I'm pretty new.
I love Game of Thrones. I thought that show was amazing. Obviously, The Office, Parks and Rec, hilarious.
Dolph fans saying The Office as well.
Anything with Ron. the second best Jeremy.
Yeah. Keep those comments coming. We're going to continue to let the audience get in here because we got a lot of news and rumors to talk about. And you know what? JC to Miami might be dead, but Lucina to Miami's not dead. And Lindstrom to Miami, we're starting that because Alex Lindstrom was let go by the Dallas Cowboys. The Dolphins need to go out and sign Alec Lindstrom.
Ted Lasso's a great show as well.
Oh, dude, so good.
I love Ted Lasso.
So good. Lindstrom to Miami. Hashtag Lucina to Miami. Let's make it happen. Go down in the comments section. Let's get a real center on the Miami Dolphins. I am so tired of not having a center on this football team. Let's change that because Alex Lindstrom should have been a 4th-round pick. He goes undrafted. The Cowboys let him go. Cowboys made a mistake letting him go. Let's go get Alec Lindstrom. I was hoping that they would claim him off waivers yesterday. Now, luckily, he did not get claimed, so he's still out there and available. Go down in the comments section, type hashtag Lindstrom to Miami and hashtag Lucina to Miami. Let's make it happen. Jake Lucina was brought in for a workout a couple weeks ago, but did not get signed, unfortunately. Alec Lindstrom was a draft target for the Dolphins. He surprisingly went undrafted. He is out there and available right now unless something has changed in the last 20 minutes, but it's very possible all these guys getting picked up on practice squads. Go down, hashtag Lindstrom to Miami, hashtag Lucina to Miami. We got John Ruiz in the chat saying Lucina to Miami. Kyle's in the chat. Justice Lucas is in the chat. Chris Cook, hashtag Lucina to Miami. I want the veteran, not a rookie. True that. Aldo Maragora saying Friends was pretty funny. You're absolutely right, Aldo Maragora. Aldo is a real one. We appreciate you, Aldo Maragora. You know, he's in the Super Chat Hall of Fame. Aldo is one of our top 5 Super Chat contributors.
Oh.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe if we get enough Super Chats on this show, you can join Aldo in the Super Chat Hall of Fame. So every $10 Super Chat that we get, I'll do a Willie Vince. Every $50 Super Chat, well, I don't want the new guy to get drunk on his first day, so we'll just say we'll say the first one.
We have a company Uber account, Will. It's okay.
That's true. I'll say
I've used it many a times.
Oh my goodness! So the first $50. Once we get a $50 super chat,
and you know what,
we are gonna break out some shots with the new guy Nick.
You know what, Will? First time on Dolphins Today.
Yes.
I think I just need to
do it.
Give a toast.
100%. Cheers. Chugs making his Dolphins live debut. Shout out producer Chugs. Best in the biz. We appreciate you, Chugs. Thank you, sir. Again, $10. Oh, there we go. Gerald Stokes. Gerald Stokes, the $10 super chat. You know what that means. Willie Shout out to you, Gerald Stokes. Let's keep those super chats rolling. A $50 super chat, and the new guy, Nick, is coming in. He's coming in and doing some shots.
Here we go. Will, you know.
Cheers.
You can drink with her. You can drink with him. You know you can. Whenever you drink with a fucking Dolphins fan.
Cheers. Dolphins fans.
Dolphins
Shout
fans.
out to you, Jeremy Chugs.
Let's go.
Make the new guy drink.
Hey,
send in a $50 super
guys,
chat.
$25 super chats? You know what? $20 super chats, I'm taking shots.
All right. You heard the man.
$20 super chats, I'm taking
you heard
shots.
The man.
On the fly, I'm just telling you right now. Let's get this party started. Gerald
Let's
Stokes.
get it started in here.
Hey.
Let's get it started in hot. Boom. Mr. Rager. I saw Kid Cudi in concert the other night. He was fantastic. Mr. Rager.
Gerald Stokes, let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Gerald Stokes, shout out to you. He's always down in the comments section. We're about to have a lot of fun here on Dolphins Today. Go down, super chat if you want to see the new guy take some shots. But first, like the video, because the more likes we get, the more people come across our channel. And I've seen a lot of you in the comments lately saying, Will, the channel's growing. We love to see it. That is thanks to you. So because y'all have subscribed, because y'all are liking vids, more people are coming across our channel. Go down and like the video, because the more people that like our video, the more people will come across.
Can we get to 69
today.
likes before we start the show?
I think so. We're at 45 right now.
We can get to 69 likes. There's over 200 people watching.
Like the video.
Let's go.
Go down. Hit that thumbs up icon. We got Trey Harderson saying hashtag Lucina to Miami. John Ruiz saying hashtag Lucina to Miami. We appreciate y'all watching. We're going to get today's show started.
Let's tell them what's on today's show.
Yeah, we're going to first of all, we're going to talk about some Dolphins news and rumors. We have some news about a Dolphins player that is signed elsewhere. We were hoping he was going to end up on the practice squad. That, unfortunately, is not the case. We're going to tell you who that is. We're going to talk about the team captains. 7 team captains were named today. We also have another update on Jaylen Waddle. We will get to that. Lots to break down on today's show. Dolphins fans, it's your boy Will Scott here on Dolphins Today, talking about the latest Miami Dolphins news and rumors. Certainly a lot to get to on today's show. Just a day after signing 9 players to the practice squad, 2 days after finalizing the 53-man roster. And a lot of y'all wanted Lynn Bowden Jr. on the practice squad. Hate to break it to you, that's not going to happen. Field Yates said this on Twitter earlier today. The Patriots are signing former Raiders and Dolphins wide receiver Lynn Bowden Jr. to their practice squad, per source. He was one of the most versatile players in the country during his time in Kentucky and was a 2020 third-round pick. My one-word reaction, or I guess two-word reaction to this is just, of course. I mean, of course it had to be the Patriots. That sign Lynn Bowden Jr. It's extremely unfortunate. I wish he would have gone to literally any other team in the league, but he's on the Patriots practice squad, and let me tell you, he's not going to be on the Patriots practice squad for very long because that wide receiver room is abysmal. I literally think he could go in and have a pretty big impact to that offense right away. I was very disappointed to see him get cut. I understand why they cut him because there's so much depth at this position, but carrying 5 tight ends and not carrying Lynn Bowden Jr. River Craycraft was a little bit disappointing. Craycraft is on the practice squad. Lynn Bowden Jr. is not, and he goes to our arch rival in New England. Mike McDaniel was actually asked about, are you worried that he's going to, tell them the playbook? And McDaniel wasn't worried about it. I'm not worried about it as well. But certainly wish Lynn the best, but I wish he would have signed with quite literally any other team. What is your one-word reaction to Lynn Bowden Jr. going to our hated New England Patriots? Go down in the comments section and let me know what is your one-word reaction to Lynn going to New England. Taking a look at the Dolphins wide receiver depth chart, it's still really good. Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, Ced Wilson, Eric Ezukaiма, Trent Sherfield. I thought they were going to carry 6 or 7 receivers. They go with 5, but it's the best wide receiver room in the league. Not to mention you have Braylon Sanders and River Craycraft on this practice squad. Really solid depth at this position for Miami, which is why they had to part ways with a couple talented receivers, including Lynn Bowden Jr. And again, with how bad the Patriots are offensively, with the weapons they have for Mac Jones, or as I like to call him, Mid-Jones, Lynn Bowden is going to get some playing time there by the end of the season. I can just about promise you that. Now we're in a sub-battle with Seahawks Today, and my goodness are we getting close to the Seahawks channel. Go down and subscribe. We're trying to pass them by the end of the Patriots game. So by the end of our live stream, I want to pass Seahawks Today next week. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button if you're all about defense. I want to hit on this because David Furonis tweeted this out earlier. Andrew Van Ginkel, Eric Rowe, and Clayton Fagellum not seen at Thursday's practice. Nick Needham worked out on the side, as did Tanner Connor after stretching with the team. So that is an update from David Furonis about what's happening here at Dolphins practice. Tanner Connor, a lot of people were surprised he made the football team because he was a little bit banged up. A lot of people thought he was going to go on IR, but he's on the 53-man roster as of right now. We also have some news, Chugs, if we could pull up that other tweet about the Dolphins practice squad signing. So I remember talking to you guys yesterday about Ben Stille being on this practice squad, and I said I wanted to make that happen. Luckily, that is happening. Ben Stille is going to be on this practice squad. Now, he was a UDFA out of Nebraska, and they signed him as a UDFA, and he looked very good in camp, in practice, but he did not get signed to the 53-man, or not get put on the 53-man roster. So Ben Stille's on the practice squad. Barry Jackson also said this: no clarity on Clayton Fagellum, Van Ginkel, or Eric Rowe. They are questionable for the opener. That coming from Barry Jackson, another injury update from camp today. So we do take a look here at the updated Dolphins practice squad. You got Braylon Sanders, Larnell Coleman, Cameron Good, Verone McKinley III, Porter Gustin, Kalen Barnes, and you might not recognize that name because he was not with the Dolphins during training camp or in the preseason. He was with the Panthers. Now he's on the Dolphins, the fastest 40 time amongst anyone in the NFL draft. Zaquandre White, UDFA out of South Carolina. River Craycraft, who I thought was going to make this football team, didn't. He was with San Francisco last year. And then Ben Stille. So right now, as the time we're recording this video on Dolphins Live, there have been 9 people signed to the Dolphins practice squad. Still 7 open slots. Go down and grade the Dolphins practice squad thus far. Type A, B, C, D, or F down in the comment section. Go down, chime in. It is the pinned comment. Reply to it when you get a second. I want to tell you about our friends over at BetUS because football season is fast approaching, and there's no better place to get your wagers in than BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Dolphins125. If you put in that promo code, you can get a 125% deposit bonus. Again, Dolphins125, that's the code. And that's the link, chatsports.com/bet. There is a really big football game on, I should say, Sunday night in New Orleans between LSU and Florida State. LSU is a 3-point favorite in that game. I want to know who y'all got. You got LSU or you got Florida State? type LSU for the Tigers, or type FSU for the Seminoles. The Noles are a 3-point dog. And if you're watching this video and you're from Florida, like I know a lot of Dolphins fans are, if not most Dolphins fans, then you either love Florida State or really hate Florida State if you're a Gator or Hurricane fan. So go down, type LSU or type FSU. Who are you going to bet on Sunday night? Now let's talk about our next story, because the Dolphins team captains have been named. We heard this news earlier today. I'm excited to show you who are the 7 team captains for the 2022 Dolphins season. Would you look at that? Tua Tagovailoa is a team captain for the first time in his career. Year number 3, finally gets the nod to be one of the 7 captains on this football team. Jevon Holland, in his second season, which is wild, is a team captain. Tyreek Hill, in his first season with the Fins, he's a captain, as well as Terron Armstead in his first season in Miami. X is a captain, not a surprise. He obviously very much deserves it, as well as Elandon Roberts and Christian Wilkins. That rounds out our list here. So 7 captains for the Dolphins in the 2022 season. Really happy for Tua, really excited for Tua. Here's what Mike McDaniel said about kind of the selecting process, or at least he said this about the team captains. You're seeing the representatives chosen by the players to be their leaders, and to me, there's nothing more important than that. Good for Tua Tagovailoa, man, because he got ridiculed last year when he's like, man, how are teammates not voting him to be a captain? How are coaches, Brian Flores, not voting him to be a captain? But he very much deserves it, and it really shows how in the team is on Tua Tagovailoa. They believe in him. He's the leader of this football team, the leader of this offense. Good for Tua Tagovailoa. He's a captain for the first time in his NFL career. He's a captain, so I want you all to go down and type Uno down in the comments below, because that is the nickname that Cheetah gave to Tua. He's calling him Uno. We're going to call him Uno as well. Go spam Uno in the chat to show some love to the new Dolphins team captain. Let's get to this as well, because we do have an update on Jaylen Waddle. We talked about him yesterday. Talking about him again today, because Mike McDaniel had a press conference earlier, and he addressed the injury, rumors that we've heard surrounding Waddle about him maybe not being available for the first game against New England. Here's what Mike McDaniel said. I'm very, very confident that he is going to play. It was being proactive and cautious. He was one of the most impressive players on our entire team coming back from the offseason program and the entire training camp. So Mike McSwaggy is confident that Penguin is going to suit up next week against the Patriots. That is good news. We heard that report from Adam Beasley yesterday, kind of giving us more specifics about what's going on with Waddle, but it's good to see, good to hear that he's expected to play, because he is a ginormous weapon, and he is in for a really, really big year, too. Had a fantastic rookie season. He was one of 2 rookies with over 1,000 receiving yards in addition to Jamar Chase. So him being on the field is really big for this team, and the fact that he made CB1s look silly last year, imagine what he's going to do CB2s. Will Jaylen Waddle play against the Patriots? What do you think? Type P for play or type S for sit down in the comments section. Go down, chime in. What do you think? Is Jaylen Waddle going to play against the New England Patriots? As we revisit this Adam Beasley tweet from yesterday. Jaylen Waddle took another step forward in his injury recovery Wednesday and is on track to play early in the season, but there's reason to have a bit of concern for him going forward. I'm not too worried. I think Waddle's going to be fine. It was just a minor injury that he's, again, it was precautionary. Like, that's what Mike McDaniel said today as well, that it was a precautionary thing. Him being held out of the last 2 preseason games, him being held out of training camp practices. It was very precautionary. I think he is going to be just fine going forward. If you haven't already, go down and subscribe to the channel, because we're bringing you guys daily Miami Dolphins news videos. If Dolphins news breaks, regardless of where I'm at the pool, on the golf course, at home, in studio, we're going to get you guys a vid. Go down and subscribe to the channel. Let me know down in the comments, guys. Is Jaylen Waddle going to play against the Patriots? Type P for play or type S for sit. Kenneth Tucker is saying he's going to play. Dolphin SFV saying Jaylen Waddle is going to play. We have Gerald Stokes saying Adam and Coach sound contradictory. Yep, absolutely right. But I will trust Coach more than I do Adam Beasley of Pro Football Network. Crazy Blade saying he's going to play. Kenneth Tucker also saying that the Penguin is going to play. You know what? I was hearing this song the other day, Chugs. It went something like this. Jaylen Waddle walked up to the line of scrimmage and he said to Tua Tagovailoa, "Hey, bop, 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 want to score?" And, Tua was like, I'm going to score today. So he threw me the ball and I ran it all the way. Bop, bop, bop.
And he waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
Till the very next play. Bop, 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 bop.
Type Penguin down in the chat. Penguin is going to go off in the season opener against the Patriots. Oh, my goodness. This is my guy, Jeremy Chugs. He's doing the Penguin from his seat. Use hashtag Dolphins because we got a mailbag coming up. So you can use hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat. Skip the line. And use hashtag Dolphins. Like, we got almost 300 people watching. So you're not guaranteed to get on the show. But if you Super Chat, even if it's just a $2 Super Chat, you will get on the show. Send those Super Chats in to get on the show because that is the best way to get on the show. You're going to skip the line. It's like a Fast Pass at Disney World, right? It's unbelievable.
It's even better.
It's better than the Fast Pass.
Because you actually get on immediately. At Fast Pass in Disney World, you might get on in
You still got to wait.
Hours.
You still got to wait. If you send a Super Chat, you're literally going to be the next question on the show. So send in those Super Chats.
John Ruiz
get on the
gets
mailbag.
it.
Oh, John Ruiz is my guy.
Hashtag Dolphins.
You got to use hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on this mailbag. Mailbag coming up here very soon. We got Sid Thompson saying that the Penguin is going to play. Death Ninja also saying that Jaylen Waddle is going to play. Michelle Walters with some Penguin emojis. Go down in the comment section.
Let's
Get
go.
your questions in using hashtag Dolphins or Super Chatting to skip the line. A lot of rumors, a lot of news to talk about, Chugs.
Yeah. I mean, season's creeping up on us. We're not in the preseason anymore. Last weekend without NFL football until, February?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's like music to my ears. We get to see, after this week, 17 games with the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa.
And we're going to be live for every game.
Slinging it around. Will Scott eating nasty sandwiches, calling the games for you, drinking on the channel. I mean, we're going to have so much fun this year.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun. And speaking of drinking, can we pull back up our Super Chat menu here? Because
we definitely can.
We're still awaiting a $50 Super Chat because when that happens, we got a new guy, Nick Roloff, all the way from St. Bonaventure. He's going to come on the show, take some shots. We got to get a $50 Super Chat, though. Look, help the new guy have a great and memorable first day, right? Go down, shots with the new guy for a $50 Super Chat. And every $10 Super Chat, and Gerald sent one in earlier, we're going to break out a Willie Fins! You know what? Every $10 Super Chat, we'll both do it. Me and Chucks, a little Willie Fins action.
Fins!
Yes, sir. Go down in the comment section, Super Chat, use hashtag Dolphins.
Also, my first live show with you, Will, told everybody $20. I'll take a shot.
Yes, every $20 Super Chat, we're going to have Jimmy Chucks taking a shot. Come on, get those Super Chats in. Show's about halfway done. Still got a little bit of time to get those Super Chats in. $10 Super Chat, Willie Fins, $50 Super Chat. Shots with the new guy. Again, mailbag coming up. Omar Garcia is saying Willie Fins down in the comment section. Dolphin SFV saying, welcome to the show, Jeremy Chugs. Let's effing go. Fins up. Kurt LaPlante, see your question. We got the elite in the comment section as well. Again, use hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat. I'm going to take a sip of water here.
Yep. Glug, 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 glug. There you go. I gave you all the
sound
sound effect.
Gotta stay hydrated. Willie Fins. Dolphins need water. Willie Fins needs water, too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a true Dolphin.
Willie Fins. $10 Super Chats. I'll break those out. Use hashtag Dolphins. Super Chat, skip the line. Dolphins mailbag starts right now. Dolphins fans, welcome into this edition of the Miami Dolphins Today mailbag. I am Will Scott. Lots of rumors to discuss, a lot of news to discuss, and I'm always excited about these mailbags because I get to interact with you guys live here on Dolphins Today, answer your questions. First question coming from Crazy Blade. Appreciate you watching the show, man. Could the Dolphins sign Joe Hayden or another cornerback? Yes, I think it's possible. Now, Mike McDaniel said the other day, along with Chris Greer, when asked about the possibility of claiming a corner off waivers, they said, we feel like that's not a position of need. But I think it's still possible, and Joe Hayden might be the best guy out there right now. He's, went to college in Florida. He's familiar with the area. He's in Miami quite a bit. His agent is Drew Rosenhaus. That's something worth noting as well. So, yeah, Joe Hayden is possible. Now, Drew Rosenhaus did say a couple weeks ago that the fit doesn't really make sense because he doesn't really want Hayden, his client, to be riding the bench. He still feels like he's a starting caliber player. But he said if Byron Jones misses the first few weeks of the season, then it might make sense. Guess who's missing the first 4 weeks of the season? Byron Jones. Maybe you call Joe Hayden. Let's see. The Elite, appreciate the question. Trade 3 first-round picks for, is it Marshawn Lattimore? No. I would love him. And the Saints have made some really crappy moves here in the last couple of days. Matt, did you see, Chuck? Did you see that trade? They traded CD for like a 5th-round pick. Come on, maybe the Saints would be stupid enough to do it, but I would not give up 3 first-round picks. Dolphin SFE, that's my QB. Hashtag Tua time. Hashtag Uno. Tua Tagovailoa is a team captain for the first time in his NFL career. You love to see it. I'm really happy for Tua. Ed saying, why haven't we signed a center or tackle yet? Let's get intense and trade for one ASAP. Hi, Will. Hi, Ed. Yes, we should sign a center or trade for a center and tackle. So I want y'all to go down and spam hashtag Lindstrom to Miami and hashtag Lacina to Miami. Let's make it happen. Let's get a real center. Let's get an offensive lineman on the Miami Dolphins. Slick Trick DX saying, did you see that Lamar Jackson liked the tweet of him in a Dolphins jersey? Yes, Dolphins Twitter was buzzing about this the other night. Very interesting. Take a look. You can see it for yourself. So Lamar Jackson liked a tweet of him in a Dolphins jersey, and the tweet basically read, come to Miami and win a Super Bowl. And he liked the tweet. Lamar, you got 1 million Twitter followers, man. Like, you know this is going to set off a firestorm, and he did it anyway. He also tweeted this. I grew up a Dallas fan. He was asked about growing up in South Florida and if the Dolphins were his team. Grew up a Dallas fan, but Dolphins were second, no doubt. So there was already a lot of Lamar Jackson and Miami rumors, certainly intensified a little bit this week because the Ravens haven't paid him yet. He's set to be a free agent if he doesn't get tagged next year. Interesting stuff. Will Lamar Jackson be a Dolphin next season? Type Y for yes or type N for no. I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, we love Tua. Tua is our guy, and I completely agree with that. But Lamar Jackson becomes available and Tua struggles, it's pretty tempting. But I don't think Tua's going to struggle. I think he's the guy going forward. Kurt LaPlante says, hashtag Dolphins, are we ever going to get more offensive lineman help or just run it like this? Kurt, that's a great question. So the other day, I'm thinking that they're probably going to claim an offensive lineman off of waivers, and they probably tried. They had like the 16th position in the waiver claim order, so that's probably why they didn't land anybody. But I thought Alex Leatherwood was a pretty big possibility. He blocked for 2 at Bama. You could have slotted him at left guard or even right tackle. So, yeah, I mean, I really hope they do. They seem to feel good about this current starting 5, and the offensive line did improve throughout the preseason. But you look at your 3 backup offensive linemen now. And it's Robert Jones, who's not very good, Greg Little, who's improving, but I don't know how I feel about him, and then Michael Dieter's the backup center. So you definitely need more depth at that position. We'll see maybe who else becomes available here in the coming days. This is available on sale right now, this T-shirt combo we're giving you here at Chat Sports. Chatsports.com/T-shirt combo. You recognize that shirt? I'm wearing it right now. And I also have this shirt. So I went and got my T-shirt combo. You can get yours on sale right now. Chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. Go and take advantage of that great deal. You can get both these T-shirts for 40% off. Get it before the season. We want to be out in the streets repping our Dolphins, especially when we see Patriots fans passing by and they're in Pats gear. We want to be like, no, we're taking y'all down next Sunday. Go and get your Dolphins gear. Chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. That link is in the comments and the description of this video. Anthony Mazzono, hashtag MOB, says, do you think the Dolphins try to trade for a young corner that they feel their current team has given up on or moved on from to rejuvenate their career? I don't think they tried to trade for a corner. They obviously went out and signed Mac Alexander after the Trill Williams injury, and I was thinking they were going to sign another guy after the Mackenzie Alexander injury or maybe trade for one, but I feel like they feel really good about Kader Kohu, and they should because the guy is legit. He didn't give up any. He didn't get any draft hype because he played at Division II Texas A&M Commerce. Nobody knew who he was, but he was a stud there. He's been a stud with the Dolphins. He might start week 1. It's not out of the question. I don't think it's going to happen, but they seem to feel really good about him and Elijah Hamilton. So no, I don't think they're going to trade for a corner at this point. Ed says, why not trade Teddy Bridgewater? Maybe get a center or a third for him. Yeah, I would definitely try to trade Teddy. I don't think he'd get a third-round pick, maybe a sixth. But, yeah, I mean, Skylar Thompson should be QB too. Skylar outperformed Teddy in camp. He outperformed him big time in preseason games. Skylar had the best QBR of any quarterback in the preseason. That's wild. Not even just rookie quarterbacks. Here's what he did in the preseason. Nearly 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Did not look like a rookie. I really like Skylar Thompson. I think he should be QB2. Trade Teddy if you can. I don't know if anybody would be interested in this point, but maybe if a QB goes down early in the season, then someone might call the Dolphins about Teddy Bridgewater. Easy G. Should the Dolphins sign Joe Hayden? Appreciate the question. Easy G. Yeah, I was about to say yes. I got to think. Not right now. Not right now. If Byron Jones is out longer than the first 4 weeks, then maybe you consider it. And if it means starting Noah Igbenogany, goodness gracious, just that can't happen. Even if that means starting Noah Igbenogany, then yeah, you go out and sign Joe Hayden. But I don't think you're gonna have to start Noah. I think your 3 starting corners in week 1 are gonna be X, Keon Crossan, Nick Needham. So I'm fine with those 3, but as long as you're not starting Noah Igbenogany. But let's say Needham is out week 1, which he's questionable apparently. Let's say Crossan is a little bit banged up too, which apparently he is. Then yeah, maybe signing Joe Hayden makes some sense. Do you want to sign Joe Hayden? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comments section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when an ad break comes, go down, chime in, type S for sign or type P for pass. Batman, appreciate you, Batman. Rank our offense. It's going to be a top 15 offense. They finished, like 22nd last year? I think it's top 15. I think it's borderline top 10. I definitely think you have a top 10, maybe even top 5 defense. The offense is going to be really good. I mean, all the weapons you have right now, and it's unbelievable. You have Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, Eric Ezukanma. I mean, the list goes on, and then you bring in a couple new running backs as well. So it's a borderline top 10 offense, maybe 11 or 12, but it definitely can be a top 10 offense this season. The elite, Myles Gaskin and Noah Igbenogany for Devin Bush in a 4th. I would do that in a heartbeat. I would do it. I don't think that's realistic, but I don't know who on earth would trade for Noah Igbenogany and his remaining contract. I don't know. I'm rooting for Igba. I hope he gets better, but he looked rough in training camp. Anthony Manzone, is in the chat. Appreciate it, man. Can you see the Dolphins possibly playing Jevon Holland at corner for a couple games with Byron Jones being out? No, I don't think so. I mean, he's one of the best safeties in the league. He's early in his career. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, he'll stay at safety. I mean, he's one of the best safeties in the league, so he's going to stay at safety. Appreciate the question, though. What % chance do you give the Fins to win the division? Scale it 1 to 100 down in the comment section. I would say 30-something% to make the playoffs, definitely over 50%. To win the division, I would say somewhere in the 30-40% range. Lucky Lewis 223 says, who will lead the team in sacks? Jalen Phillips is going to lead this football team in sacks. He had, I think, 8.5 sacks last season. That set a rookie sack record. I think he's in for even a bigger year 2. He's going to be outstanding. I'm going to say Jalen Phillips, the linebacker, going into his 2nd season. Chris Cook, appreciate Chris. If we had to trade for a corner, why not Okudah? He was a first, and Detroit sounds like they want to move on. Anything is better than Noah. Man, if Okudah is available, I would do that trade in a heartbeat. I don't know if he's available. I don't think Detroit I think it would take a lot to get him. But, yeah, I would really, really like that trade. But, again, Byron just supposed to be out 4 weeks. If that's the case, I don't think you should trade for a cornerback. Just give Kohu a little bit more playing time. You can go down, follow me on Twitter if I didn't get to any of your questions today, at WillScott44. Go down and follow me on Twitter. That link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Dolphins fans, I want to know, what is your favorite beer? Go down in the comments section. Let me know what your favorite beer is. Mine is Yangling. No question about it.
Yingling.
Jeremy Chuggs, what is yours?
I'm a sophisticated man. So really what I've been drinking lately, something that I like, just like a sipping beer. I've really been into Revolver Blood and Honey.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds good. I don't know if I've had that.
Oh, really good.
Where can you get it?
I get it just at the grocery store here.
Okay.
Anywhere around here, I've been getting it. But Revolver Blood and Honey, and then this restaurant I go to. You've been to it. You've been to Rodeo Goat.
Oh, it's so good.
They have a drink where it's Revolver Blood and Honey, and then they drop a shot of Jameson in there. It's really good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It gets you nice and toasty.
That's fantastic, man. Let's see. Yangling's my favorite. Corona's definitely up there. Love a beet. Have you had a Beta strawberry?
I've not.
It's like a Louisiana brewery, but my goodness, that drink is really good as well. It's my birthday next week, so I'm definitely going to be drinking some cold ones this weekend. So, yes, sir. Willie Fans! Every $10 super chat send in that we get sent in. I got to do a Willie Fans! So send in those super chats. Gerald Stokes sent one in earlier. And we still got some time here.
We have Red Stripe Man, Heady Topper, Natty Light, Sierra Nevada, Root Beer, Corona.
Colin says, I like root beer because I'm 15. Colin, we appreciate you watching, man.
Full throttle. Oh, that's
Dolphin
not a
fan
beer.
saying, ice cold Corona with salt and lime. That is hard to beat.
Oh, yeah. You love it.
Dennis Shaw saying, Diet Coke. Wendland Went saying, Red Horse. Terry Armstrong saying, why is Greer stubborn on getting a center?
And, Gerald, it's funny that you said that in the chat. You know what Will asked me for his birthday? A Dolphins win.
Yes, I want a Dolphins win. It's my birthday week next week. The Dolphins beat the Patriots. I don't have to get anything else. I'm going to be a happy man if the Dolphins can take down the Pats next week. That will be the best birthday gift. Roosevelt Hughes saying Modelo. Modelo's underrated.
Oh.
Modelo's really, really good. Modelo's good. I have had Modelo just a few times, but every time I have it, it hits different. Ricardo, happy birthday to you as well, my man.
Mo said coffee and a cigar.
Yes. So good.
A little bong and a blintz. A little pancake and
Have you heard of Minerva? Because Lombardo Alonso saying the best Mexican beer is Minerva. I've never heard of that. I'll check it out, man. I'll check it out. Let us know where we can pick that up.
A little Soul with lime. I'm a dose man. A little dose with lime.
We got
Wicked Reds.
Mr.
Brandon, hey, Mr. Brandon, it's cool. If you're not old enough to drink, what's your favorite drink in general?
Dr. Pepper for me.
Will's a huge
I
Dr.
have like
P guy.
3 a day. It's a problem.
My strange addiction, Will, with Dr. Pepper.
I love me some DP, bro. It's my go-to. Let's see. Wendland Went says her husband likes Rolling Rock.
Don't say that, Will.
Mr. Braden saying I'm an Orange Fanta guy. Oh, my goodness. We have Anthony Manzono saying Will favorite tequila and rum to drink straight.
And see, kind of like what I was saying with the Revolver Blood and Honey with the shot in there, Sweet 778 is saying dose with a shot of Cuervo in it.
Kevin Clements is a real one of our most loyal subscribers. He's been watching the channel for a minute. Red Stripe from Jamaica. Dr. Pepper's also my go-to. I knew I liked Kevin.
Red Stripe Man.
Red Stripe Man. Johan, I don't drink beer. That's all right, Johan. We have Ricardo in the chat saying Dr. Pepper is goated. Can we put our super chat menu back on screen here before we get to the next segment?
Of course we can.
Okay, so every $10 super chat, me and Chugs are both going to do a Willie Fins $50 super chat. First one we got the new guy, Nick. He's going to come in. We're all going to take shots to celebrate his first day on the job. So every $10 super chat that Willie Fins, $50 super chat, will do this shot.
Every 20, I'll take a shot.
Every 20, Chug's going to do a shot.
Oh, somebody said vodka and ginger beer. I've been on a Moscow Mule kick. Actually,
Oh, my goodness. The Dolphins just made some roster moves.
What happened?
Dolphins just made some roster moves.
What happened?
Okay. They have signed cornerback Justin Bethel. Clayton Fagellum is going on injured reserve. 11 players have been placed on the practice squad. This is breaking as we speak. Here are the 11 players that are on the practice squad. Kalen Barnes, we already know. Most of these names we already know. Kalen Barnes, Larnell Coleman, River Craycraft, James Impey. They got a center. They had signed a center. The Miami Dolphins have signed a center. James Impey out of BYU. The Dolphins have signed a center. I cannot believe it. It's a miracle. The Dolphins have signed James Impey. Oh my goodness, we have signed a center. Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
We're gonna have to do a cold open. Oh my goodness.
We'll hit that.
We have signed a center. It is a miracle.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
They heard us talking about your birthday week and they said, you know what, Will? We got you.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
This is the beauty of
I know
of
it's
live
just
streaming.
I just know it's the practice squad. I know it's just the practice squad, but that is incredible. That's a huge W.
Huge.
I'm confirming this as we speak, but the Dolphins have signed a center, James Impey out of BYU. If y'all remember, we were talking about him back in April as a draft target for the Dolphins.
Yeah, and Donald and Irene, we actually broke that on our Titans channel earlier about the breaking news of Harold Landry tearing his ACL out for the season.
I'm tweeting this as we speak. Go and retweet the tweet.
Woo! Hey, Twitter link right there. I'll put it in the chat for you.
Put it in the chat.
Huge news. Huge freaking news.
We got our other new guy, Jack. He is in studio right now. He got to watch that reaction live. The Dolphins have signed a center. It is about damn time. I know it's just the practice squad. Send in those supers, man. I want to celebrate with the new guys. Send in those super chats. Send them in. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
One more time.
MP could start right now. MP could start right now on the Dolphins. He could start right now.
Yep.
He is better than Connor Williams. He is better than Michael Dieter. MP could start right now.
New starting center for the Dolphins.
I think it's possible.
Wow. What a development. Will, that was electric.
I am excited. I'm trying to find a good photo of him to tweet here.
Ooh. What? In the
so
chat.
The practice squad is up to 11. That means they have 5 more that they can sign to the practice squad here. You love to see it.
Kevin Clements is on the same train as you said. Thanks for the update, Will. And the shout out, dude. Yes, I am screaming. We signed a center. Yeah.
James Impey out of BYU.
Batman saying, holy crap, center me daddy. Very, very nice. Trace just sent me something.
He was a projected draft pick. So James Impey was a projected draft pick. In fact, a lot of mock drafts that I saw had Impey going to the fence. I'm so excited right now.
What a development.
The title of the video we post here in a second should be Dolphins sign a center. Because that's what they just did. The Dolphins have signed a center. Send in those super chats. We're trying to party here on Dolphins Today. Go down, like the video while you're at it. Like the video. So, should we do the roster outlook and then do a cold open for the first news and rumors vid?
Well, we can do it at the very end after the live, right? And then I'll just splice it in.
Okay.
Wow, the magic of live streaming right here. You're seeing this all happen in real time.
Go retweet the tweet. Go retweet the tweet at WillScott44. We'll give some shout-outs. This news breaking as we're live, and this is the great thing about live television, live on YouTube. Things can happen. The Dolphins have signed the center, James Empey, hashtag Empey to Miami. We made it happen. I know we weren't really promoting that, but I'm just going to say we are. Empey to Miami is happening. The Dolphins have signed a center. It's a miracle. True blue perspective, a miracle come true. Type those W's in the chat. Dolphins have signed a center. You absolutely love to see it. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to get to another segment. Before we leave, you'll get your last chances to send in those super chats. Again, this is breaking live. I'm trying to make sure I have all the information here. So go down. Let me know what you're thinking right now. But, yeah, Clayton Fagellam's on IR. So I'm not celebrating that. I'm celebrating James Empey. But this might mean Verone McKinley is going to be promoted to the active roster. I'm trying to so the Dolphins just signed somebody as well. I'm trying to figure out if this is a practice squad signing or if this is to the active roster. This breaking as we are live here on Dolphins Today. Okay. They signed Justin Bethel. Okay. So Justin Bethel, you have another quarterback here on the 53-man. A corner. You have another corner here on the 53-man. He's on the active roster. Let's see. This is a vet. Yeah, I know the name. Played for the Patriots last couple seasons. So they've signed Justin Bethel to the 53-man roster. That was needed. You needed some depth there. Needed some depth. Good call. And put an asterisk on Clayton Fagellam on the safety depth chart because he's on IR. Yes, Bethel's a corner. So they've signed Justin Bethel, a corner. They have added 2 more members to the practice squad. That includes James Empey, a center out of BYU. You love to see it. Philip Morris drinking a Budweiser. Yes. I just don't know why Verone McKinley's not being put on the 53 right now. I really don't. But Fagellam to the IR, I didn't think he should have made the team. I thought Verone McKinley III should have made this team, but Verone is on the practice squad, so that's worth noting. So we're going to get into another segment here talking about the Dolphins roster outlook. I'm happy that news broke before this video. So let's get into that video. Then we'll close the show giving some shout-outs, and hopefully we get some super chats so we can keep the party rolling. Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. On today's show, we're talking about the Dolphins roster, and my goodness, this roster is loaded. This team has so much talent, and we saw a lot of guys get cut that were talented guys. I mean, they really were. But the Dolphins had to make some tough decisions, but it's a good thing when you have too much talent. The Dolphins certainly had to let some good guys go during the Tuesday cuts. So let's take a look at the roster as it currently stands. But first, I want to hear from you. How confident are you in this year's Dolphins roster? Scale it 1 to 10. Go down to the comment section, chime in. How confident are you in this current roster? Let's take a look at the QBs first. So they carry 3 quarterbacks. A lot of NFL teams just carry 2. The Dolphins carry 3 because they had to carry 3. Tua Tagovailoa, Teddy Bridgewater, and Skylar Thompson going to be your 3 QBs. And the reason they're carrying Skylar, the 7th-round pick out of K-State, is because he did this in the preseason. 450 yards, 29 of 38, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Had more touchdowns, more yards than any other quarterback in the preseason, had the highest QBR as well. I think this kid has so much potential. I really do. And I know I criticized the draft pick. I was wrong about Skylar Thompson, as I've said. But he has a lot of potential, and I think he can be a long-term option for this football team or another football team in the league. He's very solid, and when you see a rookie make the decisions that he made, normally a rookie's going to make bad decisions early, going to turn the ball over. He didn't do that at all. He really didn't make one bad throw, quite frankly, the entire preseason. That's how good he played, and that's why he got a roster spot. Take a look at the running backs. So Sony Michel was a surprise cut. I thought he was going to make the team. He didn't. They decided to roll with Salvon Ahmed as well. The Sony Michel cut also moved Gaskin up the depth chart. So it'll be Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert as your clear top 2 backs. They will split carries. Myles Gaskin going to be RB3. Salvon Ahmed, RB4. Alec Ingold going to be the starting fullback on this team. And if you're a Dolphins fan, then go down and subscribe because we're bringing you guys news, rumors, watch parties, post-game shows, and more. We're going to be live for every single Dolphins game this season. We were live for all the preseason games. That was so much fun. You don't want to miss anything. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Let's talk about the wide receiver room now. In my opinion, it's the best in the league. Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, Ced Wilson, Tyreek and Ced, new additions to this football team, as well as Ezukam and Sherfield. So your 5 wide receivers, 4 of those guys are new members of this football team. That is how much better Tua's weapons have got. That's going to contribute to a breakout season for Tagovailoa. I would have carried more than 5, though. I really would have. You had to let go of Lynn, Bowden Jr. I was disappointed about that. You had to put River Craycraft on the practice squad. I think one of those 2 guys, very deserving of a spot. I think carrying 6 is the way to go because you carried 5 tight ends, which was a little bit surprising. I'm happy about Tanner Connors. We take a look here at the depth chart at the tight end position. Mike Gesicki, Durham Smythe, Hunter Long, those are your clear top 3. Ethan Carter made this football team. I was pretty surprised about that. I know Mike McDaniel really likes him because of his versatility. Tanner Connor, the UDFA out of Idaho State, who changed from wide receiver to tight end. He's going to be the maybe 4th or 5th tight end on this football team, but I really like that decision to keep Connor. But keeping Ethan Carter was a head scratcher. I mean, you had to let a lot of talented guys go, and you opt to keep Carter, who in my opinion really doesn't bring much to the table. I understand that he can play fullback and tight end. He didn't do a good job blocking this preseason. He's not really much of a weapon, so I disagree with that decision. But overall, the weapons that Tua has are really solid. What's also solid is this deal we're giving you at BetUS. And if you go to chatsports.com/bet, you can get a 125% deposit bonus. But you have to use promo code Dolphins125. So go down, take advantage of this deal. Chatsports.com/bet. Again, 125% deposit bonus if you use promo code Dolphins125. And next weekend's game between the Pats and the Dolphins are a 3-point favorite. Very confident that the Dolphins are going to win that game big. If you feel the same way, go and bet on the Dolphins. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Dolphins125, where you can get a 125% deposit bonus. You can also bet on who's going to win the East, who's going to win the MVP. A lot of great prop bets there at BetUS as well. Let's take a look at this offensive line. Terron Armstead, Liam Eichenberg, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, Austin Jackson. That's going to be your starting 5. Greg Little, Robert Jones, Michael Dieter are your only backup offensive linemen right now. I'm a little bit worried about the depth at this position. We just went through the offense, so go down and give a grade. Grade the Dolphins offense. Type A, B, C, D, or F down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, chime in, grade the Dolphins offense. Let's talk about the defensive line now. Emmanuel Ogbah, Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins. Very solid up front. Trey Flowers, you just signed him. He's going to contribute big time. John Jenkins and Zach Sealer as well. Sealer's the most underrated player in the NFL. I mean, really. He's so good. He could be starting most places. He's going to get a lot of playing time, though, here on the back is a backup defensive lineman. Talking about the linebacker position now. Here's what that looks like. Jalen Phillips, Jerome Baker, Elandon Roberts, Melvin Ingram. They're probably going to start. You have AVG, Duke Riley, Sam McGuavin, Channing Tindall as well. Some tough decisions had to be made here. You had to let go of Cameron Good. Luckily, you got him back on the practice squad. You also had to cut Brennan Scarlett. I knew the linebacker position was a little bit unpredictable on Tuesday's 53-man roster cuts, but overall, it's a really solid room, as well as the cornerback room. And the reason that Byron Jones is not on this list is because he is on injured reserve. So you have X, Keon Cross, and Nick Needham. That's probably who's going to start week 1. Then you have Noah Benogany, Kader Kohu, Elijah Campbell, and Justin Bethel. You just picked up Bethel. Pretty solid pickup. You needed some more depth at the cornerback position. You get Bethel. Solid get for the Dolphins. Talking about Kader Kohu, though, because I was so happy to see Kader Kohu make this football team. He deserved it. UDFA out of Texas A&M Commerce, trying to become the first Commerce player in 16 years to play in an NFL game. He looked great in camp, looked great in the preseason games. He deserved a spot on this football team, and he got one. Joe Sad tweeted this earlier. neither Keon Cross and Kader Kohu or Noah Benogany, and that's who it's coming down to for the last starting job, will is going to be crowned for a starting job. They'll compete. HCMMD. I mean, he had enough characters to say Mike McDaniel. Anyway, per head coach Mike McDaniel, they'll compete, and Miami will consider potential matchup advantages. So it's pretty wild that Kader Kohu was an undrafted free agent this year out of Division II Texas A&M Commerce, and he might be up for a starting job on this football team week 1 against the Pats. Taking a look now at the safety room. Brandon Jones, Jevon Holland, Eric Rowe, Clayton Fagellum. Now, Fagellum was just placed on IR, so you only have 3 safeties right now. I would really like to see Verone McKinley somehow activated to the active roster. I feel like you absolutely have to do that right now with Fagellum going to injured reserve. Grade the Dolphins' defense this year. Type A, B, C, D, or F down in the comment section. Go down, give a grade to the Dolphins' defense. What do you think about what the Dolphins have done defensively this offseason? Really solid roster. Taking a look now at special teams, you're going to have Thomas Morstead as the punter, Blake Ferguson as the long snapper, Jason Sanders as the kicker. Morstead looked pretty good in preseason games. Jason Sanders made, I believe, 6 of 7 field goals. He just missed 1 field goal. Blake Ferguson going to be your long snapper. This is a loaded team. They have so much talent on this team. This is the most talented Dolphins have had in a long time, and I think the Dolphins have put themselves in position to win their first playoff game in over 2 decades. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm talking about the Dolphins, tweeting some highlights, giving analysis, all that, at WillScott44. And if you haven't already, go down and subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Dolphins News. It's the best way to stay in the loop with Dolphins news and Dolphins rumors. Dolphins fans, we appreciate you. Last chance to get in some super chats. Go down, send those in. Again, we're live every Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Pacific Time. Let's put the super chat menu back on the screen here. Get $10 super chat. You'll get to see me do my thing. $50 super chat. We got a new guy, Nick. He said that if we get a $50 super chat, he'll come in and he'll take some shots with us. So need a $50 super chat for that to happen. If you want to see the new guy, Nick, he's a cool guy. Went to St. Bonaventure. So I am putting the shot clock on. Got 2 minutes to get in some super chats, or we're going to have to head out because we got to talk about this James Empey signing. We're going to get you guys a vid today about that. So the Dolphins, if you missed it, signed a center to their practice squad, James Empey out of BYU. They also signed cornerback Justin Bethel to the 53-man roster. So some moves the Dolphins have made here in the last hour or so. Minute 30, get those super chats in. $50 super chat. Nick, the new guy, come in. We'll do some shots. $10 super chat. We'll keep the party going, and you'll get a little Willie Finns action here. Aldo Maragora, I saw him in the chat earlier. Thomas Abbott saying Dr. Pepper is the best. Just Jules saying Dolphins need an offensive line. I agree. John Luke says Cherry Dr. Pepper. Love that, man. Great stuff. 1 minute, or we got to head out. Send in those super chats. 1 minute here on Dolphins Day. We just brought you guys some Dolphins news, Dolphins rumors on Dolphins Live. Again, every Thursday, you can join us. We're live. Going to have a lot of fun next week previewing that game against New England. I think you're producing for me next week. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. John Ruiz saying, come on, send in those super chats. Send in those super chats, says John Ruiz. 35 seconds on the shot clock. Who is going to send in a super chat? Who is going to keep this party rolling here on Dolphins Today? 27 seconds, a $50 super chat. We will bring in the new guy for some fireball shots. $10 super chat will stay alive here. 15 seconds. Who's going to send it in? Who's going to be the hero? 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tell D. Kaplan what super chat is.
If you look at where the comment is, there should be a little money symbol. That's how you can donate to the show, help us keep the lights on, help us hire more people, help us make more Dolphins videos.
Yes, 100%.
That's
kind of a donation to Chat Sports. Great way to contribute. Great way to support the show as well. So we're going to head out. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Again, we're going to be live for the Patriots game as well, Sunday, September 11th. Stay tuned on Dolphins Day, though, because we're going to be getting you guys a video talking about all the latest Dolphins news and rumors that we discussed earlier.